Good morning, students. Now we discussed till today, that is create, alter and rename. So we can say that we discuss about the data definition language, and that is DDL command. So you can say that in DDL there are 5 commands are there: create, alter, drop, truncate and rename. We discussed till today, and that is what? That is create, alter, and we discuss that is rename. Now today we will discuss about drop and truncate. So let me start with the drop first. What is drop? Drop means it will delete all the data as well as it will drop the structure. So you can say that it will not delete the records only, but it will delete the structure also, and that is the reason why the name is drop. So we can say that all data and structure in the table, right? So including table will be deleted, and that is the reason why it is known as a drop. Even you can say that whenever you firing a drop, then any pending transaction, that is pending transaction, for example, if you have written insert, update or delete, then it will be automatically committed. It means no need to write a save after this. Why? Because whenever you write drop or any DDL command, the record will be automatically committed. All the index related to the table will be dropped. So you can say that all indexes will be dropped whenever you drop the table. One of the another thing that point to be noted is what? All the constraints related to the table will be dropped. So whenever you write drop, your all the constraint, index, transaction, everything will be dropped. Even one of the good thing is what? We cannot roll back. So it means we cannot do undo after dropping the table, right? So it means after drop table statement, you cannot undo. It means you cannot roll back the things. But if you want to recover any table, so if you want to recover the table, then you can using flashback table. But the condition is what? The drop table must not be using the purge statement, right? So what is the syntax to drop the table? Simple syntax. Syntax is very simple, that you can say the name drop table, name of the table. So drop table and the name of the table that you want to drop. But here you can use the optional keyword, that is a purge. Now what is the meaning of purge? It means it is like a shift delete of any file. So it will not be stored into recycle bin. It will be permanently deleted. The same way, if you are dropping the table including purge, then it will not be in a recycle bin. So you will not be able to recover the table using even flashback. But if you have dropped the table without writing the purge, then you can recover your table using the flashback query. So let me give you the example to drop the table. For example, see here, I have so many tables. For example, if I'm looking over here, that is select star from tab, then there are so many tables are there. 38 tables available over here. Now I want to drop the table, for example, employee 101. So here you can simply write drop table employee 101. So table will be dropped. Now just remember, I just dropped the table without using purge, and that is the reason why I will be able to recover the table. But remember, you cannot undo this. It means you cannot use the rollback, but you can recover this using the flashback. Now suppose if you write here select, that is account star from tab, then it will give you there are 38 tables are there. Why the changes is not reflected over here? Just because whenever you write select star from tab, you will be able to identify that the dropped table are stored into recycle bin, right? So the table is already there, but it is available in the recycle bin. Now I want to check the recycle bin. So how to check the recycle bin? You can simply write show recycle bin. So show recycle bin is the command. Whenever you write show recycle bin, it will show you that the dropped table are this: child, DPT 101, employee 101, parent, test triple, 5 times 1. Now I want to recover this particular table, that is employee 101. Remember student, you cannot write like this, select star from employee 101, because the table is not exist. Now I want to recover this particular table. The table is not exist, right? Then how we can recover this? Very simple. You can write show recycle bin. Now you can recover the table using flashback query. So we can recover like this: flashback table, the name of the table. So name of the table is employee 101 to before drop. So whenever you write like this, flashback table one employee 101 to before drop. So flashback will be completed, and now you can check select star from employee 101. There are no record available in this table, but the table is recovered successfully. Now, suppose if you think that, sir, I want to permanently remove all the files available in the recycle bin, how we can do this? Very simple. You can write purge recycle bin. So whenever you write purge recycle bin, it is like the same command like empty recycle bin. So whenever you write show recycle bin, there are no records. And now suppose if you are counting the table, that is select count star from tab. Now there are 32 tables. Why? Because the recycle bin tables are dropped. So you can write the command purge recycle bin to empty the recycle bin. Now suppose if you think that, sir, I have a table, for example, the name of the table is employee 101. Sorry, I want to write here employee 102. That is EID integer, E name, for example, varchar to 30. I have this particular table, right? So table is created. Now I want to insert the record. So how we can do this? Very simple. Suppose I am writing here insert into employee 102. Please see carefully values. Now I am writing here values is 101. The data is RAM. Right. Now I want to add the one more record over here, that is Laxman and 102. Right. Now I'm writing here that commit. It means the data will be saved. Now, whenever you write select star from employee 102, there are two records available in this table. Now I'm dropping the table employee 102 and I'm not writing the purge. So the data table will be available in the recycle bin. So you can say that the data will be available in the recycle bin, right? Now, suppose if you think that I want to fire the query, that is select star from employee 102, then the table or view does not exist. Now how to recover this particular table? Very simple. You can write flashback table, the name of the table, that is employee 102, that is before drop. So flashback complete, and now you can check select star from employee 102. The data is recovered, right? But suppose if you think right here that a show recycle bin, there are no object available. But whenever you write here like this, they have drop table name purge. It is like a shift delete. It means I don't want to recover this particular table, and the entry of this table will not be entered into the recycle bin. you can say it is a permanent dropped. Now you will not be able to recover this. You can show the recycle bin. There are no object available. And suppose if you are trying to do like this, then your flashback will be failed and it will says that the object is not available in the recycle bin. So what you need to understand? You need to understand that you can drop the table using purge option. Whenever you write purge, the table will be dropped permanently. If you are not writing purge, then the entry will be stored into the recycle bin. You can show the recycle bin using show recycle bin command. Even you can empty the recycle bin using the purge recycle bin command. And suppose if you want to recover the table, then you can write flashback table name to before drop. So your table will be recovered. So this is all about a drop statement. Now suppose if you think that, sir, I don't want to drop the structure. I want to delete only data. Then is there any provision available over here? Yes, you can use the truncate table statement. What is truncate table? Truncate table means you can say that it is used to remove all the records from table. It will remove all the records, but the structure will remain same, right? So your structure will not be removed. It performs, you can say that it performs the same function as a delete statement did without where. So if you write a delete query without where condition, then it will delete all the records, right? The same operation performed by the truncate table. But please note, what is the difference between truncate table and delete? That if you truncate the table, then the truncate table statement cannot be rolled back, right? So truncate table is you can say that the truncate table is DDL statement, and that is the reason why we cannot roll back. Roll back means we cannot undo the transaction once we fire the truncate table, but the delete is DML statement, so it is a manipulation operation, so we can roll back. So this is the basic difference between the truncate and delete. There are so many other differences are also there. Now, suppose if you think that, sir, I want to truncate the table, what is the syntax for this? So syntax is very simple. Truncate table, table name. So which table records you want to delete, right? That you can write over here. For example, I have a table that is student. There are two records available. Now, this student table have the structure is like this, that is enrollment number, name and college code. Now, the task is I don't want to remove the structure, I just want to delete the records. So you can write here truncate table student. So whenever you write truncate table, table name, your table will be truncated, and whenever you write select star from student, now no records will be available, but the structure will be as it is. But suppose if you think that, sir, what is the difference between truncate and delete? So for example, that is select star from, for example, child. Yes, there are four records available. Now I'm trying to delete the record from child. So I'm writing here delete from child. Then four records will be deleted. Right. Now if you write here select star from child, then no records available. But if you think that, sir, I want to roll back this particular statement. So if you want to roll back, then you can undo the transaction, but it will come up to last commit. So last commit was where it was at the last truncate statement. Why? Because every DDL statements are by default implicitly committed. So whenever you write rollback, and suppose if you write select star from child, your data will be recovered, right? So you can fire the rollback statement after delete and you can recover the data. but once you write the truncate table, you cannot roll back, right? So sometimes people says that, sir, which one is best, right? Truncate is best or delete is best, right? So depending upon the situation, using truncate, you don't have an option to delete the specific record, but using delete I can delete the specific record. For example, delete from child where CID equal to 103, then that particular record only will be deleted, and this is the powerful advantage of delete, that you can delete the specific record, right? So using delete you can delete the specific record. Now suppose if you think that, sir, I want to know the difference between the truncate and delete, then the difference is very simple. You can say that the truncate is faster than delete, while delete is definitely slower than truncate. Why? Because truncate don't need to see in any individual record. It will delete all the records permanently. So that is the reason why it is faster. You can say truncate is a DDL statement. So you don't need to write the commit after the DDL statement. It will automatically implicitly commit it. But delete is the DML command. So it requires to be commit. You can roll back the transaction if it is required. Truncate never fires the trigger. So truncate never fires a trigger, so it will not work on trigger. Here you can say that delete fires the trigger. So whenever you want to execute the trigger based on the delete record, you can use the delete. You cannot fire the trigger based on the truncate. Truncate does not support the where clause. It means, suppose if you want to delete the specific record, then you have to use the delete, right? So you can say that it does not supports, right? So not support where clause. But here you can delete the specific record if it is required. So delete can delete the specific record using where, and in delete you can use the where clause. Rollback is not supported in truncate. So why rollback is not supported? Because it is a DDL command. So it is automatically committed. So rollback is not somewhat supported over here, but you can say that delete supports the rollback, and you can say that the rollback possible. So we can undo the transaction. Rollback is possible over here. Suppose if anybody asks you that, sir, is there any other option of truncate and delete? Then you can say that the truncate resets the identity column, while delete does not reset any value. Truncate does not do any logging. So truncate never do any logging. For example, who has deleted my records, that kind of log I want to generate, then I cannot use the truncate. But you using delete, you can use the log. So delete can be used for log on row basis. So which particular record is deleted by which particular person, that you can identify using the delete. Another difference that you can give, that is a syntax over here, that is the syntax you all knows very well, that is the truncate table name and delete from table name. And here you can give the example for the same, that is the truncate table name and delete from table name. Syntax is truncate table and the name of the table, right? And here the syntax is very simple. You can say that the syntax is delete from table name. Example is very simple. Delete from table name. Now the benefit is here you can use optional where condition. And here there is no concept of where clause available in the truncate. Now the question is, which one is the best? So depending upon the situation, what is your requirement? Suppose if your requirement is, I don't want the data, I want the structure, then the best one is truncate. And suppose if you think that, sir, I don't want to delete all the data, but I want to delete some specific data, then delete is best. So this is all about truncate and delete. Now suppose if you think that, sir, this is all about the DDL statements. Now I want to know that which are the DML statement. So you can say that the DML statements known as a data manipulation language. And which are the data manipulation? It means you can perform the insert, update, delete and merge into the table. So we can do insert, update, delete and merge. So I'm just starting with the insert first. Insert is what? We can insert into some table and we can say that we can add the record, we can modify the record and we can remove the records using the DML. So I want to start with the insert first. So you can say that the insert into table name. Now, here, optionally, you can mention here the name of the columns. So, in which column you want to insert. So, here you can write column 1, comma column 2, and here again you can say that whenever you write column, so it is also a optional. Here you can mention column 1, column 2, column 3 like this, right? So, multiple columns you can mention over here. If you don't want to mention the column, then you can simply directly insert into the table in particular respective columns. Values. Now here in values also you can say that the one value is compulsory if you have mentioned the one column name. After that, we need to write everything into square. Why I'm writing into square? Because it is a optional. So let me give you some important example of insert. For example, I have a table that is describe students is the table. So see here the roll number, program, division, semester name and city are the value, right? Now, I want to insert into this particular table. How we can do this? Simple. You just need to take care about the not null columns. It means you must need to make the entry into not null column. So you can write here insert into students. Now, here you can manage any sequence. For example, if you think that, sir, I want to insert the program first, then I want to insert the roll number, then I want to insert the division, and then I want to insert the semester. Then you can. In values clause, you must need to follow the sequence that providing over here. For example, I am writing that is MCA, roll number, for example, 501, division, for example, E and semester, for example, 1. Right? So here the one record will be created. It means here you can manage any sequence over here. And whatever the sequence you provide over here that you need to manage in the values clause. This is the simple insert statement. Sometimes people say is that, sir, I want to insert the null value. How we can insert the null into the table? So let me create here one table that is, for example, test 97. Now I'm creating here ID integer primary key. Now I'm writing that the name must not be a null. So I'm writing here not null. Now I'm writing here that is city. For example, city is varchar to 30 and the default city is that is Rajkot. Now I'm writing that this person having the commission column and the commission may be a null value. So how we can do this? So very simple, here you can write that is a commission, for example, and the table will be created. Now I want to insert the record. Now in which column I must need to insert the record? It means which columns are the compulsory. So you can write describe. So you will be getting that the ID and name are the not null. It means I have to make the entry into ID and name compulsory. So you can write here insert into test 97 ID comma name. Now if you are not writing the value, right, so default value will be null if you have not set the default value, right? So here I'm just providing the ID 1 and the name of the person is Ram. Now see students, one of the good thing is what, whenever you write select star from test 97, you will be getting that the null value in commission. Why? Because I have not specified the default value for this particular column. But if you define the default, then whenever you skip that particular column, the default will be inserted. But if you think that, sir, I want to insert the default over here, then you can write the default keyword also. And here, suppose if you think that, sir, I want to insert the null value in commission, then you can write null here also, right? So this will be my second record and the result will be same. But null is a keyword, so don't enclose within the single quotation mark. Default is also a keyword, so don't enclose within the single quotation mark. So whenever you write the select star from, you will get that the value available over here, that is null. Null is not as the same as the space. Space is the character, while null means nothing. It means these people, Ram and Lakshman, are not eligible for the commission. And that is the reason why I am writing here null. And here the value is default Rajkot. But if you think that, sir, I want to insert here null, then you can. And suppose if you think that, sir, I want to write here commission, that is 210, that is also possible. So here you can mention the values like this. So record will be available over here. So this is a simple insert statement. Now suppose if you think that, sir, I have a data available in different table and I want to insert into this particular table. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. How to insert? See, very simple. See, I have a table in which I have employee number, I have name, I have the column that is commission from employee, right? Definitely employee is not there, so I want that particular table over here. So is there any way? Yes, I have employee table available in Scott schema. So I want that particular table grant available to this user. So you can write here grant select on employee to AU 2020. So grant is succeeded. Now I will be able to access that particular table. So I'm writing here select employee number, name, commission from AU 2020, not AU 2020, Scott.employee. So there are 15 records. See carefully. There are 15 records available in Scott employee table. Now I want to insert all these 15 records in my table. And that table is which table? And that table is select star from, that is test 97, right? So I don't want to insert the city. I want to insert that the city of all this person will be inserted as a Rajkot. I want that particular thing, and I want to insert the number, this number into ID column, this name into name column, and the commission into commission column, right? So how we can do this? Very simple. If you want to do insert statement in particular table, then you can write insert into, now your table name is, that is test 97. Now here you can mention in which column you want to insert, right? So my column is ID, name, and commission, right? So in short, I don't want to insert the record into CD, so it will insert the default value. Now here you can write, instead of values, you can write select employee number, name, and commission from Scott.employee. So what it will do? Remember student, it is very interesting thing. It means I'm selecting the data from another people table and I'm inserting into my table, and the 15 records are created. So at a time, you can insert the 15 records. See, and you can check that select star from test 97, the 15 record plus earlier 3 records. So 18 records will be available in my table, and you can do using very simple statement, and that is insert select. You can insert into your table and you can select from another table. Simply you can insert into particular table like this. Even if you think that I want to put a constraint over here, and that is what, that is if I will not be able to insert if my city is not Rajkot, right? But I don't want to put the constraint on the table. It means there are 3 different users. One user is inserting the record into the table of Surat record. Another people is inserting the record of Vadodara. Another people are inserting the record of Ahmedabad. And I don't want to put the constraint over here, but I want that the people must not did the mistake. So how we can do this? So you can use the with check option that we will discuss in the next lecture. But in insert statement, you can use ampersand to get the value from the user. For example, let me show you over here. Now I have a test 97, that is the name of the table, right? Now here in values, you can write in ampersand, that is a number. So enter the number, it will ask. Here even you can use the ID if it is required. Now here you can use the single quotation mark. Why? Because it is a name. So you can write here ampersand name. And here you can mention ampersand commission. Now whenever you write like this, it will asking you for the value. Enter the value for ID. Now ID is, for example, 561. Enter the value of name. For example, name of the person is Arjun. Enter the commission. For example, 5,467. Then one record will be created. You can write slash. So your insert query will run again. Now you can add one more record, 562. For example, Tushar. And the commission is 4354. You can write slash and you can add one more record. For example, Kuldeep. But if you think that I don't want to insert the commission, I want to insert the null, then you can simply write null. So null will be inserted. And suppose if you write here select star from test 97, you will get the data of Arjun, Tushar and Kuldeep, and you will be getting here that is null. And why Rajkot is coming over here? Because the default city is Rajkot. So whenever you want to insert the data, you can use ampersand to insert the record. So how we can use the ampersand? Simple. You can write like this, and that is insert into query, and then here you can provide the ampersand values like this. But remember, character and date must enclose within the single quotation mark. So here you need to use the single quotation mark. So using ampersand, you can get the value from the user, and that value will be directly inserted into table. So this is the way you can do this. For example, 564, for example, KU, and the commission is 434. Record will be created. Don't forget to write the commit after insert, update, and delete. Why? Because commit is used to save the transaction. So you can say that it is like a control S. So whenever you write insert, update and delete, you can write the commit. Commit is required to commit the transaction. Remember students that in DDL statements, we don't need to write the commit. Why? Because DDL statements are implicitly committed. While in DML, that is insert, update, delete and merge, we have to write the commit to save the transaction. We will explore insert statement in more detail in next lecture.